Hi, it's Marilyn, and for this video I'm going to be doing a 3 looks 1 palette using this Glamlite Chucky palette. I know it came out a while ago, but if there is a million influencers that can do a coppery, warm-toned, smoky eye, cut crease type of look every time, I'm going to do my signature look with my favorite colors. So in a lot of alternative makeup, there's black and white, silver, gray. This has all of that, plus my favorite more red tones for like a really bruisey, glamorous dead eye. I was really surprised when I was working with this that a lot of the more purpley maroon tones came off super grungy, so it made my look a little different than what I usually do, which I enjoyed. This is different enough for me to have in my collection, but a lot of these tones are stuff that you can pretty much find in any palettes really. Although I do love these kind of more mauve-y tones that are pretty unique. I don't know if you can tell, but I just cut my hair, so in my other 2 looks, my hair is a little different. I just did it yesterday, and I was waiting for it to get done so that I can do a more traditional gothic type of look. I feel like I look like a visual kei artist or something. 12-year-old me is screaming, but if you'd like to see how I created this look and a couple other ones using this palette, please make sure to leave a thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel as well. I need to train my bangs. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Marilynmugbeat. The link's below in the description. So let's get right into these looks. Not to be dramatic, but this is my favorite eye makeup and just look in general that I've ever done. The main shade that I'm using is called Let's Be Friends, and I would describe it as a really gray-toned mauve. I love gray eyeshadow, I'm super picky about them, and I'm using this one as an overall color, starting off by building it in the crease. It goes really dark, and that's what keeps this type of eyeshadow to stop from being any sort of ash. There's no cast on this, it just goes deeper and deeper and blends like butter. So I'm using it to carve out my socket and then make the general shape of my eyeshadow. I'm faking out my eye structure, so I really blew out this shape, but just kept it really winged out. I don't know what to call it. It kind of reminds me of the eye shape from Black Swan. Since I'm not doing any eyebrows, I'm taking the extra time to really blend everything out, so I'm just passing back into my crease and packing on as much color as possible. This perfect black cherry color is called Play Pals. I'm using this to go back over and fake out my new socket in the outer crease and also in my nose bridge. Overall, I'm really impressed with how buildable these eyeshadows are, just because they have those really deep pigments in them with such an incredible undertone. Once you start to blend it out, those red colors seem to really come out. If you're a red eyeshadow loving emo just like me, you're probably used to blending out that eyeshadow with the black, so I'm really excited to pair this with all of my favorite reds. Issue 666 is the next shade, and I would describe it as a fuchsia sparkle with the black base. I love a shimmery under eye, and the gorgeous shade that this pulls from my brown eyes is insane. I feel like a vampire. To make this pigment super reflective, you can also apply it with a glitter base or just directly with your finger. The next shade is going to be It's Showtime, and I would describe this as a brick red shimmer. The base is just a regular brown shade, so when you put the red on top, it gives a really dimensional look. I'm just placing this on the outer corner, and I'm cleaning up the edges with that matte crease shade. I told you this palette gets pretty grungy, and you can really tell in this look, so it's time to bring in some light. To build up that brow bone and inner corner, I'm starting off with the shade Chucky and Tiff Forever. Although the base is taupe, it has white shimmer on top, so that's really going to brighten up this space. Wanna Play is the perfect crystal eyeshadow. There is no base, this is straight shimmer, and I'm placing that on the inner corner and brow bone. The last step for this eye is to give it one good blend all over and add some eyeliner. I'm gonna let the lashes do all the work, so I'm just tight lining around my waterline and pointing out the inner corner. I'm pulling out my prettiest eyelashes, and these are the Likely Slice Lashes and Live Bottom Lashes by Fire Vixen. And I'll be doing my favorite nude lip combo, which is the Hot Cocoa Lip Liner by NYX Cosmetics and the Black Moon Cosmetics Liquid Lipstick in Bones. They both have sort of like a purpley tinge to them, so once you mix them together, it fits perfectly with the undertones of the eye. I was going to the club in this makeup, so I wanted to add some more color. I'm mixing together my two favorite blushes to make a custom shade to fit this makeup look. So for that, I used the Hopeless Romantic blush palette by Glam Goth Beauty. And in order to sparkle in the dark, I added my favorite highlighter. This is Aura by Profusion. It's really chunky, and I love that it has a pink tone, kind of like how I did my under eyes. But the color was a little intense, so I'm just going back from the white shade to highlight from the palette. And when I tell you that I have never experienced gender euphoria in any other way, except for this look, wait until I get the outfit on. I loved it so much. I felt like a glamorous alien Muppet or something. For my next makeup look, I will be transforming into a soft grunge, new goth Tumblr girl with the big Instagram ombre eyebrows and everything. I had to, especially because of all of the little cranberry shades of eyeshadow in here. Could you imagine having this back then? Scarier than ever. That's the name of this eyeshadow, and I'm getting flashbacks of the transition shades of warm tones, but don't worry. I'm going straight back in with that gorgeous cranberry shade called Till Death Do Us Part. I know I kid around a lot about this type of makeup, but man, we were going in with all of the layering and all of the blending. So I'm going to build this up to transition the eyeshadow because I'm going to be going in with the black next. So all the hard work is going in now. Nowadays, I'll probably slap on 1 or 2 eyeshadows if you're lucky, but back then we were really building this up, so I'm just placing the color where I want it to be the darkest and really packing it on, blending out the edges with whatever's left over on my brush, and then going back with the original transition color. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm a little rusty, so my best tip is to bring down, if you've got any over blending into your brow bone with some face powder. There isn't really a matte brown bone color in this palette. I'd rather have darker colors than a nude that is not nude for everyone. I was really trying to go for a 2016 cut crease, but these eyeshadows were not letting me. They're so dark and grungy, but it's okay. Any techie base will do underneath these super pigmented shadows, and it'll help the glitter stand out more. For the lid, I'll be using Chucky and Tiff Forever, and I'm packing it on in that cut crease shape. For the outer corner, I'm using the shade Your Pal Since 98. The base for this eyeshadow is a deep dark black with some silver reflect. To blend that all together into the crease, I'm using It's Time to Play. This is the type of black eyeshadow that's perfect to blend with. Although it is really pigmented, it's really soft, especially compared to the others in this palette. I'm using this to finalize all my blending and get rid of any harsh creases, as well as apply it under the eye. To add in some more color, I'm finalizing my blend with Till Death Do Us Part, then adding some winged eyeliner. I really didn't think about my wing back in the day, but have since learned some better techniques, so I still want it to be big but flatter my eye shape, so even though this wing is really long, it's still kind of skinny. And before you say anything, I am just doing this to feel something. These are the eyelashes that I actually used to use back in the day, before there was 25mm eyelashes and all of these gorgeous brands. I bought these lashes from the beauty supply. I look like one of those haunted dolls with the broken eyes. I did used to customize my own, but I just wanted to wear these all gross straight out of the packaging. Look at them when I look down, oh my goodness. But I just added my favorite highlighter, and the lipstick that I'm wearing is No Thanks from Sugar Pill. This is basically what I thought I wanted to look like back then. So I had to achieve this look specifically with some chunky lip highlight and the only eyelashes I had accessible to me at the time. I think I did it justice, but still kept it to the old way of doing makeup. I really do like it. I think these are my favorite set of nails ever. They are by Color Cured, of course, and the little crosses on there are by Fire Vixen, using their unholy glitter. The eyeshadow I'm packing under my eye is called Charles Lee Ray. It's a dark brown with the red sheen on top. It doesn't really have any glitter particles, and overall this makeup look is going to be super simple. I'm just packing it on the under eye. I'm actually going to Disneyland in this look for the Bats Day event, where all the goths go into the park, so I just want to have something really simple and comfortable. To emphasize my trad eyebrows even more, I'm just packing on some of that shimmer as well in the inner corner of that shape. I love how dimensional this eyeshadow is. I can talk about red eyeshadow all day, but I can probably talk about gray even more, and this shade is good, guys. I'm using it as an all-over color because it is truly the perfect gray, especially for someone like me that has more yellow undertones. I feel like this gray leans a little more olive toned, and it makes it not look ashy on my skin at all. It's not dusty or powdery, it's perfect. To highlight, I'm using the shade Wanna Play. Since the lid is so matte, I'm just kind of messily loading this all over my eye and dusting it in the high points. I just feel like my eyes are getting kind of saggy. It's hard for me to do intricate eyeshadows anymore, but I will always have time for a wing eyeliner. I really taken the time to analyze what looks good on me in person, so I'd usually prefer something simple like this to go out. But to elevate any look, you know I am gonna throw on a good eyelash. This one is Vanity by Fire Vixen. These have quickly become my favorite eyelashes. They're just so spiky and dramatic. And this red lip combo is probably one of my top favorite ones I've ever done. I'm using Anti-Socialite by Sugar Pill with the Glam Goth Beauty Vampirella liquid lipstick. But before I finish up, I'm just cleaning up the under eye by blending my winged eyeliner down to the waterline using the shade Free Hugs, and I also added this cute heart-shaped crystal. And this is the completed look. I forgot to film it, so you get my phone view. Thank you so much for watching my 3 looks on palette using the Glamlite Chucky palette. If you like this video, please make sure to leave a thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel as well. For a closer look at this makeup and all of the other ones from this video, please make sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter as well at Marilynmugbeat. I'll see you next time. Bye.